The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
We're back again. This is The Local Show, Christmas edition with Tom and Steve. And Steve being a ripe, jolly old elf. You're kind of an anti-elf, being as tall as you are.
Yeah, I don't fit on a shelf. I don't fit anywhere. Like I mentioned, I can't get stuff at the thrifty shopper because, again, I'm like that thing on your mirror. Objects are larger than they appear. So I don't fit.
You are large.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. We've been talking with Dan Sieburg. He is the CEO and president of Rescue Mission Alliance here in Syracuse, and I was just about to ask him as the segment closed with the last segment. And that is, what is the rescue mission? What is the purpose and the mission?
Right. We are 138 years old, and we are a very local, grassroots, really, organization that's grown over the years. Our vision and mission is to put love into action through shelter, food, clothing, and hope. And so we're basically the largest shelter provider in upstate New York. We'll help anyone that shows up. We provide 3 meals a day, 365 days of the year. And then we also provide housing. We run an adult home for guys that were formerly homeless. And then we're continuing to develop apartments because we believe that the next phase of the mission is really being a housing developer and provider and manager, owner, operator, because a lot of the individuals that we serve, they're just not, it's not going to work out with your typical landlord scenario.
So explain who would use the services of the rescue mission. I know you mentioned men in there, but I imagine women are welcome as well.
Right, yeah. So our shelter in Syracuse, New York is open for men and women. Families, we call our partners over at Salvation Army. They take care of the families. If the men's side of the shelter is totally full, we'll call our friends at Catholic Charities, who also run a men's shelter. We've got 198 beds, and I think we're over capacity already this year.
Where is that? Where is this building?
Right downtown on Gifford Street.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so our large shelter is right on Gifford Street. People show up with any and every story you've ever heard, and they just don't have a place to stay. So we'll put them up, and then we'll start working on a independent living plan to figure out how to get them back independent.
So do you partner with all these other people I'm thinking that we've had on the show, like John Tomino?
John will be up later,
Yeah, and he'll be up later today.
Yeah.
You partner with them?
Yeah, we work with everybody. The nice thing about Syracuse is all of the service providers, we work together.
Yeah.
When we find a need, somebody is homeless or there's a family that's going to be homeless, we kind of rally together and we work with the Housing and Homeless Coalition to connect all of the services to make sure people's homelessness is as short and distant as possible.
Now, do you volunteers still get involved on there? Because back in the day, on several occasions, I was part of groups that would serve the meals and do the meal, and it was back there, and it was work, but it was fun. I know, the TV cameras show up on Thanksgiving where people are like, hey, look, I'm helping with the turkey. Okay, what about on March 3rd? When there's no cameras. Is that something people can get involved in?
I can sign you up for March 3rd right now if you want. For sure, we get a ton of people donating and volunteering in December. And we need that same energy in January, February, March. But yes, people do volunteer. Often every day we have volunteers, but we can always use more.
Yeah, and the food is good, Tom.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like, do we get it at the end of this? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's
really
not. It's not just like a bowl of soup and a piece of stale bread. We've got a whole food service team that we actually use our food service center as a culinary arts cooking, teaching environment. So young people and adults come through, learn how to work in the food service industry, and then they can go and get jobs.
That brings up Brady Market, because I'm thinking they're just around the corner from you, right?
Yeah.
Did they close?
Yeah, they're closed right now. I think they're kind of regrouping. It's from what I understand, it's tough business. So
it's a tough business and a tough location and over there. But I heard they were reorganizing. So I hope they come back, because there's not a lot of food in that side of town.
Kevin's a great guy. He's got great vision, and I think but that's why where we are, we offer 3 meals a day, 365 days a year, so people from the community and the shelter and even in our housing programs can always access a meal.
Right. So what's next? What's going on? What's on the horizon? When you dream big and you get in those meetings with all those numbers that you don't round up. Tom, did you catch it? 198 beds, not 200 beds.
That's right.
And then he goes, we're over capacity, which means he's a little over 200. But he's got that. But that's it.
Is that the only place in Syracuse?
That's our only place in Syracuse. And up in Auburn, we actually looks totally different. In Auburn, we've got like a cul-de-sac of homes where women and children are staying that were formerly homeless. So in Auburn, there was a real bottleneck with services, and they were using the motels. Unfortunately, with a motel, most of the time you don't have the kitchen. You a woman and a child or their kids, they showed up at the motel and they've got a microwave to cook with, and the kids are still trying to go to school. So we actually partnered with the Auburn Housing Authority, opened up 150 units that we can serve homeless families in Auburn.
Right. So what's on the horizon? And how many people work there? I don't have a grasp on that.
I have about 435 employees.
And a half.
And that includes all the people who are manning the thrifty shoppers.
Right. Yep. So it's all of our programs. It's all of our social enterprise. And what's in the future, we are housing providers, and we're going to just keep growing that. It is my hope that while I'm leading the mission, we don't create any more shelter beds unless necessary, but I want to create housing. I want to create apartments in any way, shape, and form, communal living, individual apartments. I just want to keep building because no one is building what our clients need.
Wow.
At the Thrifty Shoppers, that's not an intake for anybody who might be seeking out services.
No, yeah. I mean, Thrifty Shoppers are a great way for people to stretch their dollars and get goods at a reasonable price. But different from other, programs, the rescue mission, when you are using services, when you're homeless, when you're hungry, you are not then working in any of our stores as like
trade-off or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So we like people to be free from our services, and then if you're interested in working for us, you can apply and possibly get a job.
Let's clear up a couple of things. I don't want to put you on the spot because I don't know how.
Go ahead. Why not?
You are the CEO, so you might know these things.
I should.
Electronic devices like an old TV or something.
Yep.
Can I bring a TV over to Thrifty Shopper?
You know what? Please, if it's a tube television, don't.
Okay.
YouTube listeners can see his face and they wince because what he's saying is that cost us money. I can feel it.
Yes. So unfortunately, we will get tube televisions donated. Even today, if someone listening to me say, please don't bring a tube television, we'll still do it because they misunderstood. But tube television, some electronics, computer monitors, all of that costs us money to the tune of about, if I lump it all together in 12 months, we probably spend about $30,000 to recycle all of that.
So electronics like that.
Some electronic, but not like the big tubes. Yeah, flat screens, we'll take those, radios, things like that.
Yeah, there's some gold in there.
There is some gold, and you can't take mattresses
computers
either.
Like a laptop you could bring over?
We can work with laptops, yep.
Okay. And but a couch, no problem.
A couch, we'll take a couch, love seats, all that stuff. We can resell all that.
How about co-hosts like Steve?
I knew there was another question there.
It's going to be tough.
I can be repurposed.
Tough resale market.
Yeah,
but people can get on board, and what a grassroots, I think you use that term, organization that's there. So RescueMissionAlliance.org, you'll take their money, right?
We'll take their money.
Okay, there's donations. Can they set up like regular giving?
You can set up regular giving. You can and you can go on there and click the volunteer button if you want to come in and serve a meal.
And once you do that, you're kind of hooked. Because you see the heart, and it's a great opportunity, and been there and done that. But RescueMissionAlliance.org, if they want to call, they could call 472-6251, and they could ask you all kinds of questions and more stats.
That's right.
And but RescueMissionAlliance.org, thanks for being in the community.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Merry Christmas there, Dan.